kaipole I manu Ne'e mai A pili pona ka ua A pili pona ka wiki Huli mai o e Mamua pono Mamua pono Olu no olu wau Olu no E huli mai I o e Ika pono iho I luna I lalo ia e o nei Au hea ia hune You want to know what I said? I'm going to tell you. Have you ever tried it? The yakahiki hula seems a little wacky, but there's nothing like the hula. The yakahiki hula, won't you come and try it? The yakahiki hula, you should learn to wiggle from here to Chattanooga, Chattanooga. Well, you shake it over here. Now, way over there. You do the yummy yummy and go around the island. You'll be happy and gay. Hip hip hooray. Away, away. Fall in line and do the yummy yummy. You'll be happy and gay.
In my head, I was happy, I was glad that I'd got out of bed. The music took control of me. I threw away my friends. If you want to join the party, just say yes, yes. You'll be filled with love from the skies above. Ukuleles of love raining from the skies above. Ukuleles of Welcome to Midnight Ukulele Disco, and our special guest today is Makalina.
Hello, aloha.
Aloha. We have a real island girl on the show. We're spending the afternoon here in beautiful Prospect Park, quite close to Makalina's house, and we're going to play some pretty sweet music. And I have an idea there'll be some island songs.
Some island songs, yes.
So you're from the islands originally, but not Hawaii.
No, originally from the island of Guam. Then I've lived around the Marianas, the Caroline Islands, and the Hawaiian Islands, and then moved to New York. And I've lived here longer than I have in the islands.
So you originally picked up ukulele in the islands,
yes,
right?
Yes, I picked up the ukulele there, and then when I came to New York, I sort of didn't play the ukulele for some time until I got married, where my husband taught me the ukulele again, re-taught me the ukulele.
And when you picked up the ukulele, about which time, which year was this? In the 70s or the 80s?
It was I would say the late 80s. We got married and we decided to have a band, a tropical band. So we had this Hawaiian band, and I played the ukulele. He played the Hawaiian steel guitar and guitar. And we were called the Tiny Bubble Band.
A Tiny Bubble Band. That must have been quite a party when you guys played.
Yeah, we were pretty good. We lasted almost 20 years.
Fast forward to a few years later, and you were involved with the New York Ukulele Festival.
Yes, Ken was the organizer of it, and I was one of his volunteers to work on the New York Ook Fest, and I was the talent coordinator there, which was interesting and fun.
Got to meet a whole lot of interesting types of people, I guess.
Yes, got to meet a lot of talent, ukulele talent, and got to see more of the ukulele circles. When we first met, it was quite a while ago. I got to see that ukulele circle.
Right. It's one thing about New York. There's plenty of room for everybody to play in very different styles. We have our ukulele cabaret. You have a meetup that you've been...
the New York City Ukulele Meetup, which is basically showcasing your songs or working on songs, and then some strum-alongs. And there are other meetup groups. I remember the first one, Ook Till You Puke.
Yes.
And then of course your group, Sonic Ook.
Sonic Ook, yeah, and we're being. I'm trying to be good today about pronouncing ukulele. There's, the correct pronunciation, right?
Yes, ukulele.
So you spent a little time in Hawaii.
A little time, yes.
And who are some of the biggest influences on your style as you've been learning ukulele?
Well, it was mostly, the Hawaiian steel guitar players with their ukulele accompanists. Of course, Auntie Genoa Keave was a good ukulele player. Who else? Barney Isaacs played the ukulele. Tony Conjugation, Akoni, played the ukulele. And, I have all these people that I met, and all of a sudden the names are not there.
Well, let's take a little walk around and see what we can find. We're in Prospect Park. You can hear we're still part of New York because we have the sound of sirens and life, but it's also quite a peaceful spot here. So let's take it away.
Let's walk. This is Kaleo o Nanakuli. It's the voice of Nanakuli, a small town on the island of Oahu. And it's a welcome song, a children's song. So here we go. O Kaleo, o Kamanu, e ho'i mai e pili. O Kaleo, o Kamanu, e ho'i mai e pili. Keiki o ka aini ka pono Nanakuli e ia. E ho'i mai e pili. Keiki o ka aini ka pono Nanakuli e ia. E ho'i mai e pili. E ho'i mai e pili. E ho'i mai e pili. This song was written by R. Alex Anderson, called Malahini Mele. He was a big band composer in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. And this song was a play on Hawaiian words. As I walked along the shore in a muumuu made of koa, while I played a tune on my sweet okolehau. And I sang my pretty song as she danced her sweet kapu, with a wiki wiki smile and a nui nui holoku. Pretty soon, by the light of that tropical moon, a malahini did appear, and we strolled hand in hand in the beautiful sand with a lovely pilikia. And he softly told me how he'd show me a big bad luau, with a broad apu and a big okolehau. Humu humu nuku nuku wapua, sing a song, singing a song. Kanes and wahines and even little keiki sing a ho mali mali and a vela kahau, as I strolled along the shore in a moo made of koa, while he read apu and a great big hooky lau.
So what we're going to see next is a video clip of hand gestures, hula hand gestures, which included dancing with live musicians, and me being one of the musicians on ukulele, Rush Crash on ukulele, Greg Farkas, and Joe Silver, Randy Shimanuki. So it will be a couple of hulas on that, and then there's a solo part of me if we end up showing that one. Gesture is a voiceless speech, a shorthand dramatic picture, a story being told. The hands of a hula dancer are essential to telling their story. Movement of the whole body, swaying as they depict a range of thoughts, is the art of gesture. The art of gesture is important. Familial hand movements indicate the flow of the story and leads the viewer to their own conclusion of the dance. As a hula student, besides learning basic hula steps, you also learn basic hand gestures. The hand gestures are that are common in the dance of hula that you see all the time. So the sign for the sun, the sign for the rain, the sign for the wind, the trees, the ocean, the waters in the ocean, the fish in the ocean, the boats that sail in the ocean, the love that you feel, the love that you give. So these hand gestures all can create a story. Ika Aina Kaulana is a mele aina, a song of the land. It talks about an area on the north shore of the island of Maui, Kahului. There we see the beauty of the land. We see how famous the land is, the area that it is. And there, this land, this famous land, is a recurring line through all the verses. song is Ahulili. It talks about a mountain on the island of Maui in a region called Kaupo. With this mountain, it talks about, this is the sign for the mountain, and then how big this mountain is. With this mountain, you can see, because it's so big, this mountain, you can see the winds blowing around the mountains on the top, and then you can see how it's such a beloved mountain. Most of the songs end in telling your story about this mountain, so you can spread the word of the love of this mountain. Ka'uluwehi Okekai is a hula about the land, a meleaina, on the big island of Hawaii, and it talks about going into the ocean and gathering seaweed for consumption. So we see what a beautiful day it is to go into the ocean or the waters or the sea. There we pick up the lipoa and we lay it out into the sun to dry, which the sun is hot, so we create a little perspiration.
po po anu ho'oka ino vow sweetheart mine e pili mai ina o e a o vow ike ike ahi o makana he makana ia me ke aloha nona kawa kau o e a o vow sweetheart mine e pili mai au heia vale ana oe kuule o ka po ano ho'oka ino vow sweetheart mine e pili mai ina o e a o vow ike ike ahi o makana he makana ia me ke aloha nona kawa kau o e a o vow sweetheart mine e pili mai nona kawa kau o e a o vow sweetheart mine e pili mai nona kawa kau o e a o vow sweetheart mine e pili mai sweetheart mine e pili mai sweetheart mine e pili mai
Wow, so that was a fun afternoon. I think I've discovered new parts of Prospect Park that I hadn't experienced before, so thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
What's next for you? What's coming up?
Well, right now I'm teaching hula at online at Sarah Lawrence College. I just what's coming up? Let me see.
Winter's coming up here in New York.
Winter's coming up. Basically, I'm just working on some ukulele songs that I can perform, and I'm trying to figure things out with that.
Great. It's been wonderful playing with you here.
It's been a pleasure, Jason. It's been a great pleasure.
We look forward to hearing more of your music soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moonlight and shadows and you in my arms and a melody in the banyan tree, my sweet. Even in shadows I feel no alarm when you hold me tight in that jungle night, my sweet. Close to my heart, you always will be. Never, never, never apart from me. Moonlight and shadows and you in my arms. I belong to you, you belong to me, my sweet. Close to my heart, you always will be. Never, never, never apart from me. Moonlight and shadows you belong to me, my sweet. I belong to you, you belong to me, my sweet. I belong to you, you belong to me, my sweet.